डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने 1942 में कहा था, एजुकेट, एजिटेट एंड ऑर्गेनाइज। अब जनता अगर पढ़ लिख गई तो नेताओं के लिए बड़ी समस्या हो जाएगी, नहीं?
लोग केजीएफ के यश को भूल जाएंगे।
उनके यूट्यूबर, उनके इन्फ्लुएंसर उनको कहानी बताएंगे कि रामायण की कहानी सुनो।
ये फिल्म बॉलीवुड का इतिहास बदल कर रख देगी।
वाराणसी ग्रैंड था, लेकिन यहाँ जिस तरह के लोग आए थे ना, मैंने इतना ग्रैंड कभी नहीं देखा।
On the 18th of July, the producers of Ramayan held an event where a select group of influencers, journalists, religious leaders, and members of the film industry would get the opportunity to watch the trailer of Ramayan. This event, of course, was held in good faith that those attending the event, especially the influencers and journalists, will watch the trailer and give a tease to the audience of what they saw. Before anyone already comes with their pitchforks and wanting to assume that I'm making this video because I was not invited for the event, I can only give you my word that I make this only as a creator and film enthusiast who wants and wishes for this movie to be of such a brilliant quality that it gets celebrated globally. I just feel the manner in which they are, however, releasing the material from the film is rather messy. The case of movie leaks happening is nothing new in the industry. If you are actively watching Marvel movies, you will notice that consistently snippets from the trailer and the movie get leaked way prior to the release of movies. This has happened with footage for the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday as well. A lot of people insinuate that this is a way for production companies to market their movies and create buzz even before they officially release any footage. And some who don't believe in such conspiracy theories are of the belief that the leaks happen just because of the massive supply chain these movies have, leading to accidental security breaches, insider leaks, and sometimes even theft. However, the key difference between these leaks happening for movies like this and what has happened with Ramayan yesterday or 2 days ago is that Marvel leaks happen in the public domain, accessible to everyone on our social media timelines, but Ramayan was a restricted event for a select few people, and some of those individuals still deemed it fit to record the footage and release it online. While it's tough to really crowd control and manage everyone's phone at an event, I literally feel like some of these events should function like the German nightclub Bergen, where they place opaque stickers in the front and back cameras, but the leak happened and the trolling has already begun. First of all, I must tell you, screw you if you were invited to the event and recorded the footage to leak it to the public, and two, production companies should literally take action against them. Now, all of this has led to the situation we are in currently, which is chaos. Remember this always as a creator: when you are given early access to any footage and you of course are instructed by the production company to spread the word about it, let's be honest, they tell you to just mention the positive highlights. So when journalists rave about a movie trailer that the public does not have access to, everyone takes it with a pinch of salt and processes the words with caution because they know how this creator production company symbiotic relationship works. It works in good faith. My only experience of seeing something live recently in the flesh was with Kalki and the team showcasing the car they developed for the film. I developed a more vlog-like structure of my experience, but we did not get any access to exclusive footage. On the contrary, you may have noticed recently with the Odyssey, even though I loved the film with all my heart, the early reviews of the movie before the official release spoke about it like it was a flawless masterpiece. But right now, we are dealing with a doozy, where not only have journalists and social media influencers raved about a movie trailer, but the leaked footage has split audiences on how they feel about the product, leading to the audience judging a product from a phone recording and dissing influencers who are not even mentioning any demerits from the film trailer. This, a lot of people argue with me, is benefiting the film as it is creating buzz and talking topics are emerging regarding Ramayan. But if I were to be honest with you, a movie with the story and scale of Ramayan does not need these tactics to promote itself. An effective trailer would do it anyway. I believe, like trailer launch events, it would have been ideal if the Ramayan team the next day, that is the 19th of July, released the trailer so that there is less time for assumptions to ruminate on social media. This is a project that is so massive where there are people who wanted to be good, but there are also pages online that wanted desperately to crash and burn. Why would any team allow for such varied opinions based on a blurry phone recording to exist when one can simply just officially release the trailer? The justification is that the makers are officially waiting waiting for the Comic-Con event, which will eventually then lead to the official release of the trailer on 24th of July. I believe the makers, in their pursuit to tap into the West first and then India, can be a very tricky approach because the audience that cares for the film, that cares for this epic saga, is in this country versus the West. But that is a separate topic altogether. Namit, in my personal opinion, is more concerned about Ramayan becoming as successful and set in the cultural zeitgeist in the West like Dune and Avatar than it being embraced by India. Overall, the entire event was simply a brief introduction to the cast with speeches from everyone, including Namit Malhotra, Nitesh Tiwari, Arun Govil, and the religious leaders present as well. Yash being the showstopper with his eloquent Hindi, and a performance by Rishabh Sharma, who will be providing the music with Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman for the film. The standout feature of the entire event, rather than the stars involved, was actually the comic book that was distributed among guests, which through illustrations described the characters and cities from the movie. In my limited experience and my humble opinion, I would have actually done an episode like the way Dharma Productions did the presentation and explanations of the Astraverse, where key art was introduced to the world. If the goal is to make those in the West familiar with our epic, I think video footage of the same comic book illustrations that were distributed would work so well in a video format. I would go further if one is to genuinely promote the film, to get film influencers with the promo codes in their videos actually allow for these books to be distributed among the first 100 viewers who are interested, where the access to the movie and its elements like the comic book, genuine ownership falls in the hands of viewers who will ultimately buy the tickets for the film. Now that my marketing hat is off and I'm talking about people who are way more experienced than me, who am I to know better? I think the event in Delhi meant well, but the delayed official release date of the trailer has led to more assumptions and trolling because of the leak that has happened. This kind of chatter generally does not benefit the film, in my opinion, which I believe is one of the most anticipated films of the years anyway. It doesn't need to depend on leaks to build hype. We wait till the 24th, but I think some of the damage is already done with fan wars starting, with Yash has stolen the show, Ranbir is a misfit, and Sai Pallavi can't speak Hindi already circulating. We wait till the 24th of July to really analyze and assess what really was the trailer, and for those who deemed it fit to record the trailer and its images, generally just do better, man. This reminds me when I had gone for the preview screening of Brahmastra years ago, this journalist had taken a photograph of one of the frames of the film, and within seconds, guys, seconds, the team stopped the screening, announced the username of the person, said they would not start the show until someone claims the username, and when she did, she was told to leave the premises. Alas, here we are, jahan raita thoda phail gaya hai. Let's see how the trailer really is on the 24th. Moving on to the actor career, and first poster that generally intrigued me and I wanted to briefly shed light on was Prabhas and Fauzi's first poster dropping. Post the pandemic, barring Salar, Prabhas's projects have been huge misfires, and active viewers of movies have generally been stumped on some of the creative choices. Even though a lot of people mentioned Kalki as a home run for Prabhas specifically, but I think Bhairava's role in the film was not effective in the movie until one really got the hint that there would be symbolism attached to the character. The predicament was not only a case of the movie and their storylines being misfires, but Prabhas being lazy in his acting performances in those movies. With Fauzi and Spirit though, these are two movies where I'm generally hopeful that they might be home runs in Prabhas's career. I say this also because of the directors involved in the film, which includes Hanu Raghavpuri and Sandeep Reddy Vanga respectively. Even though I have not seen Hanu's work prior to the pandemic, I thought Sita Ramam was absolutely brilliant. A romantic storyline that was not only dreamy in its portrayal, but so emotionally impactful. Fauzi on IMDb describes the movie as a battle-worn soldier who endures a devastating battlefield confrontation, grappling with loss and survival amidst fallen comrades. The poster presents a blood-soaked Prabhas in the battlefield as corpses just lie around him. A lot of people question why he's wearing the dhoti in a battlefield, but the context of the scene is still unknown, as I presume it may be a case of a range of soldiers attacking him in his village or home, and him just standing guard. My first impression genuinely was that this may be a dark horse in Prabhas's filmography, as most of the hype is associated with Spirit due to the collaboration with Vanga. A lot of users have been throwing AI accusations on the poster, presumably because they can see 6 toes in the poster, but I'm not entirely convinced of these accusations. There may be CGI and AI enhancement work being done, but I genuinely found the concept and poster to be intriguing. A tale set in pre-independent India where Prabhas, a battalion commander, fights alone, probably against the oppressive imperialists, can be interesting if provided with a unique perspective, which I have a feeling the director post Sita Ramam has to be planning. What I'm blown away by now is also Prabhas and his choices, that how the bloody hell has he been managing such massive projects at the same time. Mind you, he's doing Fauzi, Spirit and Kalki 2 simultaneously, which is just wild. I'm so intrigued when some of the first teasers dropped for this movie. Finally, the news that really generated a mixed set of emotions from me, as seems to be the case every year, is when the list of national award winners was announced for the performances in 2024. And oh boy, was there some odd choices and winners. Should I get the deserved winners out of the way first? Yami Gautam winning for Article 370 is fully deserved. She was fierce, determined and an absolute badass as the leading lady. NIA officer Zuni Haksar. Even though I can make a case for how absolutely brilliant Bhumi Pednekar was in Bhakshak, I don't think Yami winning is that contentious. My heart is very happy though to see Sanjay Mishra winning Best Supporting Actor for Bhakshak. I genuinely believe that Yami though may win next year for her role in Haq, a movie where she was absolutely flawless. Shehnaz Jalal winning Best Cinematography for Brahmayugam was absolutely deserved, one of the most memorable theatre experiences I had in the year. Venki Atluri won Best Dialogues for Lucky Bhaskar, and it genuinely was one of the most entertaining, slick and efficient commercial Telugu films I had seen, with the spectacular Dulquer Salman leading the charge. Nitin Zehani Chaudhary, the same man responsible for the production design of Tumbad, contributed his vision to Kalki and he deservedly won production design. I mean, the man is the best in the industry, there is no doubt about it. The award I was low-key most happy for, and this may surprise all of you, was Manoj Muntashar winning Best Lyrics for Jaane Do from the movie Maidan. This song is so beautiful and how it is so masterfully integrated into the emotional screenplay of the movie is still etched in my memory. A movie again that just deserves so much more love. Vijay Ganguly won Best Choreography for Aaj Ki Raat from Stree 2, and I know the dance was wildly popular due to Tamanna, but my favorite of the year was definitely Aakhiyan Gulab from Teri Baaton Mein Aisa Ulja Jiya. Mithya was easily one of the most impactful Kannada movies that I saw in 2024, and if you have not already, please watch it on Prime Video. It's such a well-crafted film that I had my jaw drop due to its conclusion. Those who have seen it know exactly what I'm talking about. No matter where you stand politically, what Randeep Hooda pulled off in his directorial debut is a feat. A film that boasted of an exceptional performances and technically it was a very adept film. He won Best Debut Director. Amaran won many major awards and it was definitely an inspirational and technically brilliant film, but I think Maharaja definitely did not get the love that it deserved from the national awards. I mean, come on, Ryan winning Best Tamil Film over Maharaja is wild and I just don't agree with it. Speaking of which, let's talk about the odd and rather weird choices of the jury this year. I want to preface already, by the way, I have on the channel called out SRK winning the National Award for Jawan being equally undeserved as Allu Arjun winning the National Award for Pushpa. Commercial success being equated to exceptional acting performances is where the national awards faltered in both those years. Yes, we all gave up on the credibility of the awards when Saif Ali Khan won Best Actor for Hum Tum. Now to the odd choices this year, Best Screenplay was given to Pushpa 2, and the movie may be many things, entertaining in parts, larger than life, but it's no way the best from a screenplay POV. A movie that dragged on for so long that I got exhausted by the time Allu Arjun had turned into a flying vampire. To hand over Best Screenplay to Pushpa 2 in the same year that we had a Malayalam thriller like Kishkinda Kadam and even an entertaining Telugu film like Lucky Bhaskar is wild. I mean, we even had Manjumal Boys and it has a more effective screenplay than Pushpa 2, but here we are. Miyadagan not winning any major awards was also a travesty this year, but I think nothing was more wild than Kartik Aaryan sharing the National Award of Best Actor for Chandu Champion with Mammootty from Brahmayugam. I have often conveyed on how I have a protective stance towards Kartik Aaryan for how much he gets called out for his success with already established franchises, that when he does try something creative and interesting, he doesn't get the same love. And Chandu Champion was a credible effort to tell an inspiring tale. Kartik was earnest and dedicated a lot to the role physically, but it is in no way comparable and transformative like the devil presence of Mammootty in Brahmayugam. I don't want to sound harsh, but this is a huge honor for Kartik, but it is offensive that they share the same award in the year. I don't know why the national awards feel the need to really give handouts. It's so forced. If someone was to really share the award with Mammootty, I would still understand if it was actors like Ajay Devgan for Maidan, Randeep Hooda for Veer Savarkar, Rajkumar Rao for Shrikant even. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? Are we just patting people on the back at this point for the highest honor that an actor can get in this country? I commend Kartik's effort, but it's wild that he shares the award with Mammootty, who was the embodiment of evil in Brahmayugam. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that Kartik Aaryan and Mammootty would be in the same sentence together, but here we are in the wild 2026. Anyway, that was the video, and I think it's important to conclude that justice for all the Indian students and for a movement aimed at making the government to start taking accountability for a change.